Welcome back to Pook Yaps. I'm Cute Spooky, and this is my special Christmas episode. Today, I'm putting together a tier list for every game I've played this year, including some demos. As you can see, there's only two options here. Santa Pook is going to determine which of these games have been nice and which have been naughty. Some of these I've played a lot, and others I may have played for only an hour or so. So don't take this list too seriously. There are a total of 79 games to get through, so let's get started. Ho ho ho. So the first game is Dark and Darker. Dark and Darker was so fun when it first came out. Then when it came back again, they changed the monetization structure and I hated it. It felt like there was no point in playing the free version because you couldn't use any of the loot you found, which is ridiculous for a loot extraction game. They did say they tried to find a better solution, and Epic Games gave away the legendary version for free the other day, so I am going to give it another go. For now though, it's going on the naughty list. I'm also going to put Remnant II on the naughty list because the cube boss psychologically scarred me. I cannot tell you how many times I got squished by one of these frickin' things. I also felt lost 90% of the time, and I cheated on every single puzzle because they all annoyed me. It's not a Pook-friendly game. Anyway, naughty. Monster Hunter World is one of those games where I start over with a new group of people and we abandon it before getting anywhere close to beating the main story. Even then, I enjoy beating up dinosaurs with my friends. I mean, we go and beat the heck out of them and then gut them for resources, and that's metal as hell. So Monster Hunter World is the first game to go on the nice list. I only played Divinity II Original Sin for a little over 3 hours with a group of friends. We played through Baldur's Gate together and decided to try this one out next. I found out in Baldur's Gate that I am terrible at being a good guy. I tried, but every decision I made ended up killing a bunch of people. Oops, that pattern continued in this game, and it made us all put the game down forever. Anyway, I'm putting it on the nice list because it was fun while it lasted. I didn't play Octopath Traveler for that long this year. I played through it when it first came out, and it was amazing. If you've never played it, I highly recommend it. I keep restarting it to try to experience it again like that, but of course it never works out that way. Still, I'm putting it on the nice list. I was so convinced that I was gonna play Last Epoch like crazy, but it had a rough launch. The servers couldn't handle all the people trying to play. I also encountered a bug with the class I was playing. I was using the Falconer class and my bird never spawned. It took me forever to realize this, and they did fix it after I put in a bug report. The game might be fine now, but that first impression was so strong that I didn't want to return, so I'm putting it on the naughty list. Trials of Mana is one of those games that I kept putting down and restarting, but after completing Visions of Mana, I want to play through it properly. I remember the class system worked very differently from that game. I do enjoy it every time I pick it back up again, so I'm gonna put it on the nice list, and you may see a video next year on that game. Swords and Magic and Stuff is a block game with so many quests. It's one quest after the other, which sometimes I'm in the mood for and other times I get burnt out on. It was a lot of fun playing co-op and I enjoyed the class system a lot. I can't remember the class I was playing, but I had animals that would fight for me and it was exciting to unlock new ones. There's also decoration and exploration, and the art style is cute. It's going on the nice list, and I may revisit it whenever the full release comes out, because it's still in early access right now. Okay, I've played Stardew Valley so much, so of course it's going on the nice list. This year I've been playing the multiplayer mode, and it's another one of those games we keep putting down and restarting. I have done a full multiplayer playthrough in the past though, and it's fun. I'm still wanting to check out all the new stuff from the latest update. Also, it finally released on the Switch version, so I might start up a new farm there. I love playing it all cozy in bed. Okay, I'm not even sure I played the official version of No Man's Sky. They had a free weekend event on Steam and that's when I played it, but it seemed like it might have been a curated experience instead of the base one. Either way, it's going on the naughty list because I could not for the life of me figure out what to do once I entered space. I enjoyed exploring the beginning planet and following the tutorial to repair the ship, but once I got out into space, it was over for me. Sheepy, A Short Adventure is going on the nice list because you play as a cute stuffed sheep and explore garbage. It's a platforming game, which I don't usually enjoy. I did put it down when it started to get hard, but it was fun, and I believe it was free as well. The music was nice too. Cats Organized Neatly is going on the naughty list. My first couple times playing it were enjoyable, but the further I got, the more frustrating I started to find the puzzles, and I got it to have a relaxing experience. There's too many freaking cats, and they're all weird shapes that don't even exist, and you pretty much need to be a quantum scientist to organize all those weird freaking cats, and I struggle to not eat markers on the daily, so... Ooh, Secrets of Grindea has to go on the nice list, because this game was invented for my brain. It's got that perfect grind I find so fun and relaxing. The story and humor were fantastic. I never finished it because I started playing co-op instead of single player, and surprise, surprise, we dropped the game. I would love to do a full single player playthrough though, and make a video on it because I feel like this game deserves more love. Hell Let Loose is a weird one for Pook. It's not a game I'd normally go for, but my dad was super into it for a while, so I got it to play with him. It's so hard, and it's pretty much a PTSD war simulator, and some people really get into the role-playing aspect of it, which is amazing. It's not a game I would play on my own, but I'm still putting it on the nice list because there were some good moments. This might surprise some of you, but I'm putting Valheim on the naughty list. I just can't get into it. It's a game where I love the starting area, but once it starts expanding from there, I find everything tedious. The beginning area is so cozy, but it is a survival game with annoying things like not being able to teleport with ore, always having to eat, monsters coming out at night to ruin your life, and all of those kinds of things. And I don't like how building works in the game. It's just not for me. I only played a little over 2 hours of co-op in God Eater 3, but it was fun. The story seemed interesting. I felt like I wasn't totally getting the combat system, but I only played for a little, so that makes sense. I'm putting it on the nice list because I'd like to try it out some more. Content warning came out of nowhere, and I made my friends get it, and it was so fun. So many funny moments. It was short-lived though. That's because the gameplay loop is so repetitive and gets stale quickly. It's a game where it becomes fun again if you are always switching up who you're playing with, because your group kind of falls into a rhythm, but it becomes fresh when you introduce new people. It's going on the nice list, especially since when I got it, it was free. Muse Dash is my go-to rhythm game. They're constantly adding new songs, characters, and cute wallpapers. The merch is also adorable. I bought one of the sweatshirts from their online shop and I wear it all the time. I've put over 100 hours into it, so of course it's going on the nice list. Robotics Notes Elite is always going to have a special place in my heart because it's the game that inspired me to go for my dreams and take reviewing games seriously. I resonated so much with the main character. Her tenacity to keep going, even when people left her side, hit me some type of way. She knew what she needed to do and she refused to give up. I love that, and it's going on the nice list. I played Elder Scrolls Online because my friends and I were having a moment, if you will, and we thought this would be the one. It was in fact not the one. I'm putting it on the naughty list because you have to pay the sub to get the craft bag, which holds all those crafting materials so that they don't go against your inventory limit. You're gonna be holding so many crafting materials over time, so it feels more like a necessity. I don't mind supporting games with a sub, but it feels scummy to have to constantly pay a sub to have access to something so vital to gameplay, and we hadn't yet decided if that was gonna be a game we wanted to continue. Fallout 76 is another game we tried out, trying to find a MMO we enjoyed, and my friend's computer couldn't even handle running it, so straight to the naughty list with you. I tried getting into it when it first released, and that was a shit show. I've heard it's better now, but I have no interest in giving it another try. Okay, Starfield doesn't deserve the large amounts of hate it gets. It's not a bad game, but it's not an amazing game either. I haven't played nearly enough to give it a real review, but I am going to put it on the nice list because I've enjoyed my time with it so far. One major problem I had with it was the lack of ground vehicles for exploration purposes, but they finally added one. I haven't tried it out yet, but I'm happy they finally listened to player feedback. New World was another MMO I tried out co-op with, and we actually got pretty into this one. I know that people who have been playing the game for a while are disappointed in it because of a lack of new content. For us though, we were just coming into it and experiencing it all for the first time, and we had a lot of fun, so I'm putting it on the nice list. Aloft was a demo I played with my friends during one of the Steam Next Fests, and it was probably my favorite demo. It was a lot of fun flying around to different floating islands. I enjoyed the crafting system, exploring, and taming new animals. I was completely confused by the skyship system though, and I feel like that's a major part of the gameplay. You can turn any of the floating islands into a flying ship, which sounds cool as heck. I'll definitely be keeping my eye on it. I don't know that I'm gonna pick it up when it's in early access because I'm wanting to cut back on buying unfinished games, but it's going on the nice list for sure. Witching Stone was another demo I played, and it was a fun puzzle roguelike where you match gems to cast spells to beat up different enemies and bosses. It had map layouts similar to the one Slay the Spire has, where you have shops and events and fights. There were different characters to try out and challenges to complete to unlock permanent stuff. I like the art style of the game too. I'm putting it on the nice list. Goblin Cleanup is a game like Viscera Cleanup Detail, but you play as a goblin maid who cleans up dungeons after adventurers have gone through and messed them all up. I played with my friends and there were so many moments where we were dying laughing because of all the dumb ways we'd end up dying and creating even more of a mess than we started with. It seems like a game I wouldn't play that often because the game loop would get boring during long play sessions, but it's a great co-op experience, so it's going on the nice list. REKA is another demo I checked out, and it was not what I was expecting. The movement felt janky, the graphics and UI seemed low quality, and the questing wasn't that fun. The building in the game was similar to how it is in Valheim 2, and I've already talked about how I don't like that style of building. I loved the idea of traveling around in a house like in Howl's Moving Castle, but this game wasn't for me, and I'm gonna put it on the naughty list. I went through an emotional journey with Sandland. At first, I was enjoying the unique take on a JRPG, but the more I played it, the more I started to dislike it. It is so repetitive in so many different ways, from enemy types to boss fight challenges to the environment to the activities you do around the open world. I was going for 100% and I got pretty close, but decided my sanity was more important. It's going on the naughty list. I first downloaded the First Descendant expecting to play it with some friends, but we never ended up playing together. I did get pretty into it myself though. Like, I put 20 hours into it in less than a week. Then I dropped it and haven't returned, but it was a lot of fun. It's not a game I wanted to fully invest my time into. I could see what grinding in it would be like, and it got pretty annoying always having to sort through new items in my inventory. I might visit it again in the future. It's going on the nice list for sure. Ova Magica was a demo I tried during Steam Next Fest, and I absolutely loved it, and I requested to get a review copy, and to my surprise, I received one. I played the heck out of it, but it's still in early access right now. There has been a major update since I put it down, so I'll have to go check that out sometime next year. It's for sure going on the nice list. It's been one of my favorite farming sims this past year, and I can't get over how cute it is. Fields of Mistria was another demo I tried out and fell in love with. I bought the early access version and did nearly everything I could before putting it down. It's so addicting. The writing in the game is so good, the art style is adorable, the characters are hot, all of the side activities are satisfying, progression is fun. I didn't get too into the decorating aspect of it though. I want to start working on that the next time I play. It's also had a major update that I haven't checked out yet. This felt like it had the potential to become my favorite farming sim of all time, so it's going on the nice list. Love Ghostie is a game I requested a review code for, and I had a lot of fun making my video on it. It's a short and cute matchmaking game. If you want to go for full completion, which consists of matching every possible couple combination, you'll get a lot more playtime out of it. Trying to go for that all at once would burn you out on the game, because there are repeat date events, and the gameplay loop is repetitive. That's why I took a break from it, but I could see myself playing it when spooky season returns. I'm putting it on the nice list. Supermarket Together is a fun and free co-op game where you and your friends run a shop together. Go figure. Gameplay is simple. You start off with a small shop with only a handful of things to sell, and you upgrade as you make money to build a mega store. You can hire employees along the way to help you out with running registers or stocking. My job was price gouging, and I'm very good at it. It's gotta go on the nice list. I mean, it's free, and we got 10 hours of playtime out of it before we got bored. I have mixed feelings about Coral Island end, but I'm gonna put it on the naughty list since I have to choose one or the other. My biggest issue with the game is that I specifically waited for the game to leave early access to get a complete experience, and they released the 1.0 version when the main storyline was still incomplete. From what I've heard, the game is still incomplete, but the current content gives you about 100 hours of playtime. That tells me the game is too big. I was already feeling there were too many characters to keep track of, moving around the big map was slow, and restoring the town rank was going so slow. It is fun, but everything feels dragged out. I would not have bought it had I known all of that beforehand. It taught me to research games no matter what, because you can't even trust a full release to be a full release. Mika and the Witch's Mountain is another game I requested a review code for, and I loved my time with the game. It was pretty short. I only put about 4 hours into it. I didn't do absolutely everything I could have done, and they've released an update since I last played. Part of that update was adding a mini-map thanks to player feedback. I love when developers listen to and implement player feedback. It was such a relaxing game, and I can't wait to revisit it. I'm putting it on the nice list for sure. Celestia Chain of Fate was another game I requested a review code for, and I'm glad I did because I would have been pissed if I spent money on it not knowing it's not the complete story. Again, this is another great example of research as much as you can before buying a game, no matter the company, no matter how good it looks, no matter if other people are praising it. There were lots of things I liked about it, but it's so shady to not mention anywhere that you're not purchasing a complete story when you're buying a visual novel. That overshadows everything else for me. It's going on the naughty list. Spirit City LoFi Sessions isn't so much a game as it is a productivity tool with some gameplay elements. It's perfect for throwing on a second monitor while you're working on something else because it's got a built-in to-do list, timer, journal, and music player. I haven't used it beyond that one video I made on it though. I tend to throw on one of my friend's streams on my second monitor when I'm writing scripts instead. And when I'm editing, I'm constantly using my second monitor for researching things, grabbing images I'll need, moving files around. I do want to try it out again and unlock more of the cute spirits. I'm putting it on the nice list, but its usability is very dependent on what kind of work you're doing on the computer. Visions of Mana saved me from burnout after I requested way too many review codes all at once. It's funny because I still had games I needed to review when I bought it, so people were worried it would push me further into burnout, but it had the opposite effect. It's the perfect RPG for cozy gamers or anyone new to RPGs. It's not a perfect game by any means, but I'm putting it on the nice list because it made me feel the nice. I played a good bit of Ni no Kuni 2 this year to capture footage for a video I put together where I talked about 5 games that have healed me during periods of burnout. Visions of Mana inspired that video. I had plans on playing it all the way through and putting out a review video, but took a break from that to play Metaphor when that came out. I might still follow through with that next year, I'm not sure yet. I know there were a lot of people interested in it. Anyway, this is one of my favorite games of all time, so it's going on the nice list. Digimon Cyber Sleuth is another game I played a good bit of capturing footage for that same video. I still have the footage for it as well. I've beaten the first Cyber Sleuth game a couple times now, but I've never 100%ed it or played all the way through the second game. So this might be one I eventually make a review video on or something like that too. It's going on the nice list because it's my favorite Digimon game. Ignore that it's the only one I've spent any real amount of time on. TCG Card Shop Simulator is a game that overtook my brain for a decent amount of hours, but not as long as I thought it would. I watched the gameplay more than I played it myself. The gameplay loop got boring pretty fast, and I hated how often I had to spray smelly customers with deodorant. It was funny the first time it showed up, but it quickly became an annoying mechanic that got in the way of doing what I wanted to do. I tried to get the automatic spraying machines to work too, but I couldn't figure those out. I'm putting it on the naughty list, but there are tons of people who absolutely love it. Destiny 2. What happened to you? You want to talk about it? I used to love this game, but they've made so many changes to it that I don't even recognize it anymore. I only picked it up again because my friends wanted to try out the First Descendant, but one of my friend's computers was not having that. I was so confused by the new menus and tutorial, and I was wondering where all of the stuff I remember playing through went, and it looks like they've completely removed it from the game and replaced it with reading what happened instead. I'll never play it again, and it's going on the naughty list. Monster Hunter Rise is a game I bought on the Switch and played it a bit, but not too much. I started to regret getting it because I didn't want to pay for the Nintendo Online sub, and Monster Hunter without the multiplayer aspect is kinda lame to me. I know there are lots of people who like playing it solo, but I'm not one of them. I got it on Steam along with the DLC because it went on sale, but I barely played it. I've enjoyed it so far, so I'm going to put it on the nice list, but I need to put a lot more time into it to fill it out. I was hyping Metaphor up so much before it came out, and then the demo dropped and I started to feel wary about the whole thing. I put it to a vote on the channel and it won out, so I bought it and put out a first impressions video on it. From what I've heard, the concerns I had about it don't go away the more you play, but become more apparent. My playthrough was interrupted and I haven't felt like returning, even though my break away from gaming has. I have no idea if that'll change, but I'm putting it on the naughty list because it sounded like it was going to be a unique experience, but it felt like more of the same. Star Ocean: The Divine Force is a game I keep coming back to every once in a while to try to get into it, but I only manage a few hours before realizing I don't like it. I hear things get worse when you unlock the crafting system with how RNG based it is. I'm gonna put it on the naughty list because this is one of those games I need to accept I wasted money on and move on. I played Little Nightmares for Spooky Month, expecting to make a full video on it after I completed it. I didn't enjoy it though. The atmosphere and visuals were great. The monsters were pretty creepy too, but that feeling was completely replaced with me getting annoyed at certain levels, either not knowing what to do, getting caught over and over again, and struggling with platforming. This could be a case of get good, since there are lots of people who love it. I don't think it's a bad game, but I'm putting it on the naughty list for pissing me off. The Wanderer: Frankenstein's Creature is another game I played for Spooky Month, and while I enjoyed the art style, there wasn't much to the gameplay, and having to move around with the mouse felt so slow and janky at times. There's no way I would go through all of that again just to see the different endings, and I think it's overpriced, so I'm putting it on the naughty list. Papetura was a short game I played for Spooky Month, and all of the creatures and environments are entirely handmade out of paper. I can't imagine the amount of time and effort that must have gone into it. It had the perfect atmosphere and I loved exploring the environment. I enjoyed the puzzles and I was happy it had an in-game hint system you could use if you ever got stuck. So there's no need to leave the game for a guide. It's going on the nice list. Keep in mind is going on the naughty list because wow, it should be a free game, and even then I wouldn't recommend it. It's a walking simulator that mishandles complex subject matter and pretends that it's supposed to be uplifting or something. I'd be interested in learning about the creator's own experiences and their motivations for making it, because as someone who's dealt with this subject matter firsthand, it didn't resonate that much at all. I know everyone is different though, but I also know I was not alone in feeling that way. It could be that they tried to squish it all down into a 15-minute experience and it just didn't work. Rental was a short spooky game that's going on the nice list because it was the perfect blend of cute and spooky. You play as a rabbit and explore a haunted cabin. The different camera angles and vibes reminded me of old survival horror games. It was fun, and I'm following the developer on Steam now because I want to play anything new they put out. Grimm's Hollow is another cute and spooky game I'm putting on the nice list. It's an RPG that reminded me a bit of Undertale vibes-wise, but it is its own thing. While it is so short, it's so polished and complete enough that I'm surprised it's free. I still have the other endings to unlock as well. The developer doesn't have a dedicated page on Steam, but I'd love to see more games by them. Dragon Quest Builders 2 is the first game I came back to play after a break from gaming and thinking I'd never enjoy gaming again. Very dramatic, I know. What can I say? I'm a dongus. Anyway, I love this game. I have a hard time getting into Minecraft, but this is what I wish playing Minecraft felt like for me. I like that it has a guided story, but also allows for a lot of creativity too. You get your own island to build on, along with different islands to travel to, with their own storylines and aesthetics. This time around, I took my time and spent hours and hours in the first area, instead of trying to move on as soon as possible. So while I didn't get that far progression-wise, I loved every moment of it, and it's going on the nice list. Kamaeru: A Frog Refuge is the latest game I've reviewed, and the first one since my break. A friend gifted it to me, and it was the perfect Pook game. It was cozy and full of cute frogs and decorations. I want to pick it up again when a new event drops, and it's going on the nice list for sure. Trails in the Sky is a game that's been sitting in my Steam library for I don't know how long, and I decided to finally give it a go. I wasn't sure if I'd like it or not, but I'm loving it so far. I know the remake is coming out sometime next year, but I'm not sure if I'll pick it up or continue with the series. The original doesn't feel outdated to me at all, and I may want to continue with buying the sequel instead of buying a remake. The chapters are surprisingly long, so I'm not sure how long it's going to take me to beat it, but I will be making a video on it next year for sure, and it's going on the nice list. I only played Crystar for a couple of hours this year before putting it down. I'm still putting it on the nice list because it's not a game I put down because I don't like it. It's that I currently have other games I'd rather put time into instead. It may be one I revisit next year though. I'm not sure yet. I love the premise of it and the darker themes. I picked up web fishing because someone recommended it to me in the comment section on one of my videos. I played it with my friends and it was chill. I think it's too chill for them and puts them to sleep. But I want to play one day on my own and join a public server because I feel like that's a big part of the experience that I've missed out on. I love it. It's such a weird game. I love being a little cat freak going around finding secrets, fishing, gambling, doodling, playing instruments. Weirdo game out of 10. It's going on the nice list. I've talked about how I can't get into Minecraft, but Vintage Story started out as a Minecraft mod and then grew so big it became its own game. It's got a blend of eldritch horror and the coziest environment. I played it on baby mode because I wasn't sure how I'd handle the survival aspect of it. There's a lot to the crafting system and you've got to manage body temps and stuff like that. I want to build a pretty cottage with a bunch of pretty flowers, tame animals, and bake a bunch of goodies. It's going on the nice list and cozy gamers should check it out. Speaking of games cozy gamers should check out, I've been playing the heck out of Infinity Nikki lately. I'm currently working on a video for it. I've already got the script ready to go, but I wanted to get this video out first. I thought I was a gacha game hater, but this game's turned me around on the genre. I can't wait to blab about it later, but for now, let's put it on the nice list. Of course, Valorant is on this list because it's my go-to game to play with my friends. We go through long periods of time not playing it, but we always find our way back. I'm putting it on the nice list because this year they released probably my favorite agent in the game, Clove. They also added a new shield type, buffed my favorite weapon, and gave away cute holiday cards for free in the Battle Pass. And now we're moving on to the games I played on Switch. I started the year playing Fae Farm, and at first I was enjoying it. It had issues, but I was willing to accept them because I was mostly playing it for the exploration and decoration aspects. I liked filling out the compendium as well. I realized I was going to need to beat the game before I could get into decorating because of all the late game materials it would take to craft furniture. However, the game ran horrifically towards the end game. I was encountering bug after bug and it would get so laggy, even the audio would lag. The first DLC was also pretty lackluster. I'm putting it on the naughty list for all of that. The second game I played this year was Fire Emblem Engage, and wow did I not like that game either. The world building was bad, character designs were all over the place, dialogue was shallow, the story was childish. I looked into it, and some of the confusion I had about certain characters was caused by censorship during the localization process, which is annoying. The gameplay was super fun though. I've found that when it comes to Fire Emblem, I need more than great gameplay, so it's going on the naughty list. Pokemon Violet taught me that you can't even trust a huge gaming company to make a game for one of their biggest franchises right. I've played every generation of Pokemon, and this was it for me. I tried to like it, but it's just bad. Pokemon used to mean I knew I was going to be buying a game that I'd love, not anymore, so onto the naughty list it goes. That same thing goes for Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I know that might shock some people because so many people love this game. It felt so formulaic to me though. Playing Breath of the Wild when it came out felt fresh. It was very different from all the other Zelda games I've played, but I loved it. Not at first, but once I got used to the different playstyle, I poured over 100 hours into it. I only put about 20 hours into Tears of the Kingdom, and I don't think I'll ever pick it up again. It was like, you see that little cave you just explored and thought was pretty cool? Okay, well now you're gonna want to do that same thing 100 more times. Exploring that one well that was a little interesting? Here's a quest line to go and do that 50 something more times. Helping this weird guy hold up a sign? You guessed it, do it 80 more times. I can't do it, man. It's going on the naughty list. This year, I revisited the science adventure series, aiming to play all of the games I own that are in it. I started off with Chaos Head Noah, and it was a ride and a half. I still think Steins Gate is a good entry point because the main character in this game is insufferable. I wouldn't have him any other way though. He made the game. It was hard to get through the story at times, but by the end of it, I appreciated the whole experience, and it's grown on me over time. It deserves a spot on the nice list. Chaos Child is the sequel to Chaos Head Noah, and while I don't think it's as strong of a title as the first game in the series, it's still pretty dang good. The ending came out of nowhere and added a whole other layer to the story. It's one you're gonna have to play all the way through because only doing one route will leave out so much context. I'm putting it on the nice list. I loved the first Bravely Default game, but I'm putting the second one, which is the third one, on the naughty list. I tried getting into the game multiple times. Each time I would push myself further than the last, but I wasn't having any fun with it. Grinding out jobs was boring, the story wasn't that great, and I didn't fall in love with any of the characters. I'm not a fan of the character models either. This is one of those series where the first game was so refreshing and iconic, but the sequels are more of the same, but less impactful. My relationship to the SMT series is so weird because I haven't played many of the games myself, but I'm drawn to all of them. I think I prefer watching other people play through them than playing through them myself. I love the stories and characters, but I struggle with the combat and get lost a lot. I don't like desert-themed levels in games, and every area I visited in this game was more open-world desert. For that alone, I'm going to put it in timeout on the naughty list. I didn't know anything about Doraemon before getting Doraemon Story of Seasons, but I knew I liked Story of Seasons games, and watercolor environments in this game looked beautiful. I had a lot of issues with it though, like how you had to open up a menu to see your stamina bar, how hard it was to make gold, how I had no idea how to progress the story, and inventory management was horrible. It was a beautiful game, but it felt outdated. It's going on the naughty list, but I've heard the sequel fixed a lot of those issues. I'd want to pick it up on a steep sale before trying it out. World of Final Fantasy Maxima is amazing, and it's going on the nice list. The chibi characters and creatures are so cute, the world is beautiful, collecting new monsters is fun, there's so many cameos, and I was enjoying the story a lot. It made me want to play all the games in the main series, so I'd understand all the references. The more experience you have with them, the more you'll get out of this game. I do own quite a few of the Final Fantasy games, because it was a series I planned on playing all the way through, but man, is that a time investment. I don't know, what do you guys think? Should the Pook go Goblin mode on Final Fantasy? I picked up Waku Waku Sweets for $2, and if you ever think about getting it, please buy it at that price. This game is not worth the usual asking price. I'm putting it on the naughty list for trying to be $40. It could be a mobile game, and even then, not a fun one. I thought it would be a cute automate cooking mama hybrid game, but the cooking minigames are so boring, and having to make the same things over and over again got tedious. There wasn't much romance from what I remember either, and the characters and writing were pretty shallow. I think it's a game meant for little kids because there's even a timer function on the main menu where you can set a playtime limit. Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town is going on the naughty list because of all the makers it made me put on my farm. How quickly debris builds up after cleaning it, how laggy the farm got when I decorated it and placed all the makers on it, how all of the events were boring cutscenes. I didn't enjoy getting to know any of the characters. There was barely anywhere to explore. Yeah, I just didn't like that game. I love the Tales series, and Tales of Vesperia is going on the nice list because it does everything right. Well, almost everything. It takes a while before combat starts to feel decent since they drip feed you mechanics. The characters are amazing though, and their interactions are the best. I haven't beat the game yet, so I don't know how the story is overall, but from what I've played, it's been good so far. Sword Art Online Hollow Realization. I played it a bit this year, but it might be my favorite Sword Art Online game, and I'm putting it on the nice list. It feels the most MMO-ish to me. Can't tell you a single thing about the story because I never pay attention to the story in those games. I like the gear system though, and like all of the Sword Art Online games I own, I never plan on beating it. It's fun to pick up every once in a while and sink some hours into to relax. I had no idea Digimon Survive was going to be a visual novel, but I like it so far. It's got a horror vibe to it, but it's not scary. The battle system is a bit weird, and I don't fully understand the evolution system, but I know it's tied to story choices. It's not bad, but I'm putting it on the naughty list for trying to be $60 because I don't think it's polished enough for that. Man, we're getting down to the last few. Octopath Traveler 2 is going on the nice list just like the first game. I put it down because I reached an area where the enemies were way too tough for me. I might have missed an area or something. Anyway, I love the new classes in this game, especially the Hunter class. It's been so long since I played it that I don't remember the story at all. It might be one that I decide to make a video on and restart from the beginning when I do. Slay the Spire is going on the nice list because it's such an addictive card game. I've yet to make it to the end with any of the characters. I'm such booty at it, but I still love it. That's how you know a game is good because I don't have a lot of patience for that kind of thing normally. I got it because I had the urge to play Hearthstone, but they stopped doing the solo adventures I loved playing. It's made me want to check out other games in the genre, but I know this is the one so many take inspiration from. I'm putting Cozy Grove on the naughty list because it was so boring. I thought it would be like Animal Crossing, but it's nothing like it. This is like when your friend tells you Dr. Drizzle tastes exactly like Dr. Pepper, but it actually tastes like battery acid mixed with pencil shavings. The whole game is Where's Waldo with different items you gotta find for quests. Each villager is a ghost bear. There's bug catching and fishing, but they're not as satisfying. I played it on the Switch and the controls were clunky and navigating through menus was tedious. There are plenty of people who enjoyed it, but I'm not one of them. I got Sprout Valley for $2 and thought it was absolutely worth what I paid. The controls were not the best and the gameplay was repetitive and grindy, but the cute and cozy graphics drew me in. Then I found out all of the artwork was from a free asset pack. There's nothing wrong with using assets, but that was the main draw of the game for me, with gameplay lagging behind a fair bit. And the game is normally $15, which is a ripoff, so it's going on the naughty list. And finally, we have Amnesia LaterxCrowd. It was my first fan disc, so I wasn't sure what to expect. If this is how they all are, I don't think they're for me, and I'll just stick with the main games. The story feels so disjointed and it's hard to get into. The CGs are nice though, although I forgot how wonky the anatomy of characters are in Amnesia. I'm putting it on the naughty list, but again, I think fan discs just aren't for me. Wow, we did it, guys. Here's my finished tier list for 2024. Thanks for hanging around if you did. I know this was a long one. I maybe underestimated how long things take again. Like I said earlier, I'm working on an Infinity Nikki video and a few others. I went a little crazy, but I'm happy to be back creating because that's my favorite thing to do. Anyway, I hope you guys had a good year, a good holiday, and I'll see you very soon. With that out of the way, I hope you're living today in a way you won't regret, and I'll see you in the next one. Pook out.